Again, no matter what we believe, who we vote for. And I hope you have a great time tonight, no matter what you believe. I want to share a story with you, and the reason I say that is because I know that some of our fans don't want to hear about Jesus, or maybe like, oh, is he going to preach forever? I'm not going to preach forever, but I want to tell you this story because it just might give someone here hope tonight. When I was in 6th grade, found out that my mom had cancer. My mom was deeply religious. My mom was a Jesus fanatic. Would not let me wear black. She didn't know it was the best color then. It's the best. Matches everything. Sledding on stage. The girls are like, yeah, the guys are like, what do you mean? Anyway, my mom would never, ever have let me come to a Skillet show. I'm just going to throw that out right now. She wasn't maybe as cool as some of these parents out here with those big aircraft carrier headphones and the kid. No, I'm joking. My mom was a Jesus freak, and I thought she was awesome for being a Jesus freak. And 6th grade, when I found out she had cancer, I was confused, and it didn't seem fair to me. And I asked my mom, what's the deal? You're a Jesus fanatic. How can he do this to you? Why not somebody else that doesn't love Jesus or a bad person or something like that? And my mom taught me in that conversation. She said, John, if I die from cancer, you cannot be mad at God because God is always good. And I said, okay, that's a deal. My mom fought cancer for 3 years, surgery, chemo, radiation. I don't know if you've ever been around someone who is dying. You've probably heard this before. When you walk in the room, you can sense the stench of death in that place. It's true. For about 1.5 years straight, my mom was sick. And she sometimes would have one okay day a week, and her chemotherapy was just destroying her. Couldn't have weighed more than 90 pounds at the end. She didn't look like a mom anymore, or almost like a person, no hair. It was horrible to watch. It was a terrible thing. And my mom passed away when I was 14. And I remembered what my mom had told me, I cannot be mad at God because he's always good. And I held on to that. But a few months later, my dad got remarried. She had 3 kids, we had 3 kids. It was not a match made in heaven, I don't think. World War III started in my house. It was like Brady Bunch from hell. If Lucifer was the director, that's what it was. And I hated my life. And for a long time, I got so angry and so mad. I don't know if you've ever been so angry you wanted to hurt somebody or break something. Maybe that's mostly a guy thing, I don't know, but I was angry. I wanted to hurt somebody. And I got tired of being told that I was a failure and a disappointment and a loser, never going to be good enough, wish I'd never been born, never going to be smart enough. I got so tired of it. I was in my room. I was 15 years old. And I remember some nights praying, God, please, please let this be the night that my verbally abusive father will try to physically abuse me. Please let this be the night, because I've been planning this for 1 year. I'm ready to hurt this guy. Finally, I was 15 years old, and I was in my room late at night, and I said, God, my mom said that you were good, but I'm not sure that you're listening right now, because every single day is worse than the last. And if you're real, if you're listening to me right now, I need to know you not just like a God who made stuff. I need to know you like a friend. And I found out at age 15, alone in my bed at night, with no one to talk to, I found out that Jesus wasn't just some dude I read about in some old book. And he wasn't just some guy we sing songs to at some old church. I found out that Jesus was alive tonight in my room, on my bed. In Jesus, I found a friend who would never turn his back on me, would never leave me. Even better, in Jesus, I found a Savior who didn't just give me a better life, didn't just give me a hug. I found a Savior that gave me a brand new start. Made me new. Something I didn't expect at all is in God I found a Father who would never be embarrassed to call me his kid. Jesus is so cool. Jesus is so much better than a lot of us even understand when we grow up in church singing these songs. Jesus is so sweet. He's sweeter than all the stuff this world has to offer. And if you don't believe it, then let me ask you a question. If the sweetest thing this world has to offer is money and fame and drugs and girls and sex and whatever else, power, then I want to know how come all of my rock and roll heroes keep committing suicide year after year after year because they have everything that all of us thought we ever wanted. I promise you guys we're going to preach for long, but I wanted to tell you this story because a lot of people are hurting here tonight. And you've been looking for all that stuff to fill up that emptiness in your life, and none of it works. And we wanted you to know tonight that you're special, and that you're not a failure, and that you are not a mistake, because there's a God who made you just the way you are, and he knows your name, and he knows you, and he loves you tonight, no matter where you've been. And that same God that made this world and he keeps this earth and this sun and the moon and the stars exactly where they have to be, he is the same God who is listening to you tonight. This song is called Stars.